much, Anthony. We want to say hi to Anthony back in the studio. We couldn't do a show without his involvement now. There are a lot of fine programs at New Orleans Healing Center. And one of the programs that is a real award winner is a program that allows you to learn the beautiful language of Spanish. And we're going to bring those people on here shortly. I've got not one, but two guests, Christian and Victoria, that'll come onto the show. And they represent CDE España. And I'm probably pronouncing everything in an inappropriate way because I don't speak the lingo very well. But anyway, before we do that, I'm going to bring our promotions director here at the New Orleans Healing Center to talk about and learn some things from him about fine programs that are offered here.
Yeah, thanks.
Here's Brandon.
Thanks so much. So we're really fortunate at the Healing Center to have some great classroom spaces and a great interfaith space that allow different organizations and partners to come in and kind of do their own support groups. So we're fortunate enough to have AA meetings, NA meetings, sexual recovery networks. We have support groups for families and friends of alcoholics. So we're really great to have those partnerships come here and offer these free programs at the Healing Center for such a reduced cost to the programs. So whether you're kind of looking for support, you're a community member who thinks, I might need a support group or I might need to talk to someone, we ask you kind of come out to the Healing Center and see if any of these kind of float your boat. Or if you're an organization that's looking to hold a space in such a diverse area, we're also always happy to talk to you and try to make your programs a success here.
Good news.
As well.
Great services you're providing to the community. I thank you. New research indicates that the people least likely to develop Alzheimer's or dementia are bilingual people, multilingual people. Apparently, applying 2 or more languages to your brain is very good for you. Let's learn more about that on our remote broadcast from New Orleans Hearing Center. It's time to invite Christian and Victoria to the microphone. They represent CDE España. Pronounce it for me.
Casa de España.
Okay, and offer marvelous programs to help you master the Spanish language. We're going to let the lady go first. Welcome, Victoria Mondejar Marchanta. Mm-hmm. Did I do that okay?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
You first got involved with CDE España after you attended a movie here. Mm-hmm. Now, what happened that motivated you to leave a successful career in the petroleum industry to become a Spanish teacher? It's kind of interesting.
Well, I already taught before living in New Orleans, and I taught also adults in London. And anyway, I'm fascinated about languages and communication, and I came with a friend to a movie, and I just thought, well, I would like to go back and teaching the same way I was doing before years ago.
Okay.
And so I found Casa España, and it's going very well.
Very good.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You help adults learn Spanish.
Yes.
Talk about how that happens.
Well, we teach 100% is adults, and these adults are very interested in learning this language in particular because they have family members, they speak Spanish, or they have issues with in their job and they want to learn the language, they travel, and so we help them to learn the language with a very communicative method.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay. Victoria's associate at CDE España is Christine Boyce. He's a Tulane grad from Warsaw. Hold on, that's Warsaw, Missouri.
That's correct.
Turns out we have a kind of an indirect connection because I had radio stations up in the Ozarks. We kept a houseboat on that Lake of the Ozarks out there. We probably ran over your boat at some point.
Probably
We
so.
did.
Certainly my father fishing out there.
Okay. Well, Christian, give us your elevator pitch about your company.
Well, Casa de España, as Victoria said, provides Spanish language education to adults. We try to make it fun. It's small groups. We limit our class size to 10 students or fewer. It's nice because everybody that's there wants to be there. So they may want to be there because they need to learn some Spanish because of their jobs, because of the changing demographics in New Orleans. And we have a lot more Spanish speakers in the country and in New Orleans.
Right.
They may have a loved one that speaks Spanish and they want to be able to speak to their family. Maybe they're travelers. We're
Sure.
also doing groups with schools where we're teaching teachers a basic level of Spanish so
Very
that they
good.
can help welcome in some of our new immigrants into the community.
Very cool. It sounds like a great community service you folks are doing. How long or how little time do your students spend in class at Casa de España?
Well, they come once a week. We do mostly evening classes, but we do have a couple daytime classes, Mondays and Saturdays in particular, and Friday mornings we do classes. Most classes, however, are Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. They'll come once a week for an 8-week course, and we have 6 different levels from people that know absolutely nada to people who are advanced speakers.
Yeah,
Really?
and the classes are 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yes, class,
Okay.
and we have a break. But like Chris was saying, they are fun classes. We do a lot of, games, and we do a lot of pair work and group work, and it's
Yeah.
very, very interactive. It's focusing on interaction. Like language is not a passive
Right.
action. You have to be part of that. So
A lot of
it's
people
fun.
are self-conscious if they're not perfect at speaking another tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I learned French, butchered a lot of menus,
Mm-hmm.
forgot most of it. My brother learned Russian. He's forgotten most of it. If we did refreshers, it would be good for us. But I was always a little self-conscious about not being adept at speaking the language. Well,
can
what do
help
you
you
tell
with that.
people about that?
We can help you with that. As Victoria says, we focus on communication. So we do have a lot of students that come to us with some book knowledge of Spanish. They've studied in high school or they've studied in college. They can read well, maybe they're able to write, but they're self-conscious. And one of the things that we really work on is it's a safe space. You can make mistakes. Don't worry about it. The point is the communication. If someone speaks to you in English with a foreign accent and they confuse pronunciation,
It's no big deal.
no big deal.
No, it's not a big
We
deal. And
appreciate
also,
the
you have
effort.
to take into account that both of us in this case, we went through the same process. I went through the same process when I was learning English,
Right.
and I know what is that. So I try to
How
avoid.
how old were you, Victoria, when you...
Oh, I was kind of old. I mean, I was an adult. I was probably about 28, 29 years old when I started, facing the reality of communicating in another language, and I had to just
Was it-
swallow my pride and said, okay, I'm going to
Well,
say.
you do it very well now. I mean,
Well, yeah, but it's just you have to work on it, and that's
you've
what
been
we
doing
do.
it about 2 months, haven't you? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe a year?
Right, sure. No, but so these students, they feel really good because there is no problem if they make a mistake. Also, we do fun games. And
okay.
so,
Games.
yeah.
You mentioned that there's some theatrics to it.
Yes, role plays. We do a lot
act-
of role plays.
yeah.
We do a lot of videos. We
Okay.
just do all kinds of activities.
When do the new classes get rolling here? If I'm interested, we'll talk about how people contact you. But when do the classes start,
So,
Chris?
so we're starting a new semester, begins the week of January 9th, and they will go for 8 weeks. We're going to take a week off for Mardi Gras parades and so forth.
Of course.
Of course. We are in New Orleans. It's Casa de
Gotta do it.
España, but we are
Yeah.
in New Orleans. So yes, the new courses start the week of January 9th, and we're enrolling now.
Okay. Now, it's a holiday season. People are looking for unique gifts, ideas on how to please people they love. And you've got gift certificates. How does that program work?
Absolutely. Well, we do everything online. You're welcome to come by and check us out here at the Healing Center. We also teach uptown at the church at Claiborne and Jefferson. But most everything, you'll contact us through our website, Casanola, that's CASANOLA.com.
Okay.
You can purchase gift certificates there, enroll, and if you enroll right now, you get our early bird discount. We have our best price of the year.
Okay, good. Check in with that. Folks, we're about out of time on a wonderful interview. You both are terrific. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for
Perhaps have
having
you
us.
back on a future show, I'd like. Yeah, we're live today from New Orleans Healing Center. I'm Bob May. I'll be back to talk with an extraordinary photographer.